Very good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing? I see Abhinav is confidently here, not just here, because Abhinav is all set to be All India Rank 1 in CLAT and ALET 2023. All the best, Abhinav. We do hope that you and all the people who are seriously preparing for the examination perform to the best of their abilities and really do well. Kusum, hello Kusum. Very good afternoon to you as well. Very good to see you, Kusum. I hope you're all having a very good day. Lovely Wednesday afternoon here in Lucknow for sure. And that's how I'm looking at it. Survi is also here. Hello, Survi. Very good afternoon to you. So the topic for today, of course, is I'm going to be looking at some important areas of constitutional law, and I'll take you through how you should be approaching, constitutional law. What should be your preferences in terms of prioritizing what to read, where to start, where not to start, and so on. So that's what the focus is. How important are fundamental rights, how important are directive principles, there's emergencies. So कुछ चीजें तो directly constitution से हैं ही, but other than the direct things that are there in the constitution, do we really need to look at some other things which are related to current affairs, and some of the other areas like that. So that's what the focus will be for today. Pitambar is also here. Good to see you, Pitambar. A lot of regular folks that I have seen so many times. Very good to see that you guys are as active, as ever. Okay, so let me jump right into it. Of course, this is not to be missed, a must do kind of a session, not session, but more a scholarship test that's happening, a must for everyone who is seriously preparing for this examination, that is the CLAT and all the other law entrance examinations, whether it is the ALET, the SIMBI, BHU, Jamia, and so many other examinations. This Saturday, just 2 to 3 days away, this Saturday we are having a complete what should I say, I wouldn't call it craziness, but a lot of advantages and a lot of benefits that are coming your way. We are going to be giving off scholarships worth 30 lakh rupees, right? 3 million rupees, and it's available to every single participant, first of all, right? Even if you are not one of the top scorers, even if you are scoring in the lowest of ranks, right? And I'm not saying you will. I hope all of you really kill it when you give the Gradeup talent search examination, but we are going to give away some scholarship or the other for every single student who is participating as well, right? So do join in and make the most of the various opportunities that we are bringing to you, right? This Saturday from 2 to 3 p.m. will be the first slot of the examination, and then 4 to 5 p.m. will be the second slot for the examination. It will be a 1-hour paper. It will be half of the actual CLAT paper, but it will follow the same pattern and the same breakup of sections as the actual CLAT examination. Yesterday evening at 6 p.m. on YouTube, I had given the entire breakup, the syllabus, the expectations in the Gradeup talent search examination. I hope a lot of you have took some time out to look at the interviews of the various successful students that we have had this year here at Gradeup, and what were their plans, how did they go about the entire preparation process, what are the initial priorities that they had, what are the subsequent priorities that they had, how many mocks did they give, were newspapers important. These are all topics that have been extensively discussed in the various interviews that I have conducted, that Abhimanyu has conducted, so many others, etc. Of course, the enrollments for all the comprehensive courses and the repeaters courses, whether it's bilingual batch, the only English batch, all enrollments are on for both CLAT 2022 as well as CLAT 2023. So again, I encourage you guys to make the most of your preparation process to maximize your chances right at the end of the day. Okay. Okay, a lot of other people have joined in as well. Shrestha, very good to see you. Jai Hind, Shrestha, Jai Hind to you. Srishti, also very good to see you. Very good afternoon. अंकिता तिवारी, ओके अंकिता, बिना क्लैट के एडमिशन ले सकते हैं क्या? I mean, there are some other examinations also depending on which college you want to join. But for example, अगर आप NLS Bangalore जाना चाहते हैं या नालसार हैदराबाद जाना चाहते हैं, then you have to give the CLAT examination. But if you want to go to ALET and you want to go to National Law University Delhi, then you can give the ALET examination. अगर आप symbiosis जाना चाहते हैं, then you can give the symbiosis entrance test. If you want to go to one of the other private colleges like Jindal Global Law School, like Bharati Vidyapeeth, etc. Some of the other government colleges like GLC Mumbai और ILS पुणे, उसके लिए आपको महाराष्ट्र CET का एग्जाम देना पड़ेगा. अगर आप AMU, जामिया या BHU इस टाइप के कॉलेज जाना चाहते हैं तो सबका अलग अलग एंट्रेंस होता है, राइट? ओके, Trasik says Raj so late. नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं, not much at all. Okay, good afternoon, Mansi, Ritika, Priyanka, very good to see all of you. How is everyone doing? How to enroll for the examination? Okay, so the link has already been posted by the good folks here at Gradeup. Very, very cooperative people. Thank you so much, tech team. You've been very actively involved in the sessions and very quickly. So the link is already on the chat, Pitambar. For giving the GTSE examination, you can just click on that link and it'll redirect you to the place where you have to enroll for the examination and then go and kill it, right? Then go and kill it and give the examination the right way. Okay, Nidarshana, that's a very interesting name. What does Nidarshana mean? Nidarshana Sharma is here. Very good afternoon, Nidarshana. What is Tanveer, what examination? This is the Gradeup Talent Search examination, which is happening on Saturday. And there are guaranteed scholarships for every single person who is going to give the examination, right? Saturday we have 2 slots, one from 2 to 3 p.m. and the other from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Right? The link wasn't open yesterday. I think it should be open by now. I can just quickly click it and check it out for you guys. Let me see. Register for the, it's definitely working. I mean, I clicked on the link right now. There's 2,065 students who've already registered. Last year also, we had thousands and thousands of students who had registered, right? So yeah, do make the most of it. It is definitely working. The link that has been given, right? Hello Vedansh, how are you doing? Okay guys, while we're at it, constitutional law, right? Constitutional law, Nidarshana, it's a part of a poem, I see. So I'm going to do a little bit of research once our session, gets over. Okay, so in the meanwhile, let's go into it. We have constitutional law that we have to discuss today, right? The 5 most important topics that I believe is a must for anybody who is looking to seriously give the CLAT or the other law entrance examinations, right? So what are the 5 most important topics? I think number 1, the most important topic without any competition is fundamental rights. Okay, so fundamental rights say most of the reasoning questions that you get, most of the passages that you get, at least in terms of constitutional law, most of it is definitely centered around fundamental rights. So many popular areas like right to equality, right to life, right to environment, and a lot of these are based out of current affairs as well. जैसा कि आप लोग सब right to privacy के बारे में अभी recent times में you must have been reading, so that's based out of the Justice Puttaswamy judgment. Or for example, you guys probably have read about how homosexuality has been decriminalized, right? Homosexuality is not a criminal offense anymore. So when we say homosexuality is not a criminal offense anymore, again, this is based out of the Supreme Court's judgment in the case of Navtej Singh Johar, right? So Navtej Singh Johar case में ही Supreme Court ने बोला that homosexuality is not a crime under section 377 of the IPC. But it's not just IPC. वो घूम फिर के right to life से related है, civil liberties are a part of fundamental rights again, is something that you have to. अगर हम सीए के बारे में भी देखते हैं, सिटीजनशिप अमेंडमेंट एक्ट, उसमें भी बात वही हो रही है कि वेदर इट इज इन वायलेशन हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है वो तो अलग बात है, बट द क्वेश्चन इटसेल्फ is whether it is in violation of Article 14, which is right to equality, or not. So lot of fundamental rights. जो सबरीमला का टेम्पल है, right? So whether women should be allowed or not. Now women have been allowed in the Sabrimala judgment came. The Ayodhya land dispute is about right to religion and the right to worship, right? It's a matter of faith, which is Article 25, again, fundamental rights. Sabrimala again is right to equality, right to customary practice, right to religion, और वो सब का how does the whole the relationship between these articles and the interplay between these articles वो किस तरह से हो रहा है, किस तरह से होना चाहिए, those are the things that are covered under again fundamental rights. So I think the most important topic, right, for everyone, most important topic for everyone is definitely begin with fundamental rights. Okay, definitely begin with fundamental rights. So once you are done with fundamental rights, okay, the second most important topic I think is directive principles of state policy. For example, अभी बहुत डिस्कशन चल रहा है ऑन यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड. ओके, सो यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड की हम जब बात कर रहे हैं, यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड होना चाहिए नहीं होना चाहिए, longer discussion, but the idea of uniform civil code, whether it is Sarla Mudgal case हो, ऐसा बहुत सारे cases में, it is all derived from Article 44 of the Constitution of India, right? Now Article 44 of the Constitution directly comes from DPSPs, which is part 4 of the Constitution of India, right? So part 4 से ही हम derive करते हैं Directive Principles of State Policy, और उसमें Article 44 says that it is the duty of the state, it is the responsibility of the state to have uniform civil code enforced across the territory of India. या जब हम cow slaughter का discussion करते हैं, so again cow slaughter very popular topic, all of you have heard about it. उसके बाद हम lynching laws से लेकर पता नहीं कहाँ तक तो discussion हो ही रहा है, but the prohibition on cow slaughter itself, right, is something that we can see in Directive Principles of State Policy. Again, under Article 48 of the Constitution, of the Constitution, we do have the requirement that the state or the government or whatever should prohibit cow slaughter, right? So वो एक discussion है जो again यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड से ही हम जो हम डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल से ही डिराइव कर रहे हैं, राइट? सो दीज आर ऑल प्रोविजंस, दीज आर ऑल गाइडलाइंस, दीज आर ऑल पावर्स, राइट, ऑफ द स्टेट, द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज ऑफ द स्टेट, लॉट ऑफ विच आर ऑब्वियसली डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम पार्ट 4 of the Constitution, right? Emergency provisions, again a decently popular area of discussion, right? Whether अभी for example वहाँ पर भी बंगाल में भी इशू हो रहा है that in the coming 2.5-3 months, let's say Mamata Banerjee's tenure of 6 months is now. There is no president's rule requirement, there is no emergency requirement, but her tenure as chief minister, if she cannot become a member of legislative assembly within 6 months, then Mamata Banerjee will not be able to continue as chief minister, right? So again, that is something which is related, right, to how governments can continue to be in power, to how governments can sustain their majority, whether a confidence vote is required, a trust vote is required, or a no confidence motion can be passed. In certain situations directly पूरा गवर्नमेंट ही डिसमिस करके हम इमरजेंसी करते हैं. नेशनल इमरजेंसी में भी बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आते रहते हैं, प्रेसिडेंट का पॉपुलर है, क्लैट पेपर में भी इट इज क्वाइट पॉपुलर. सो मेनी टाइम्स वी हैव हैड क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम वैरायटी ऑफ दीज areas, right? So those are definitely things that all of you should be looking at. और ये सारी चीजें इसमें से कुछ भी आपको अगर अल्टीमेटली समझना हो, the way to do it is always the way to do it is always through landmark cases, right? Whether it is Uniform Civil Code and Sarla Mudgal case, whether it is cow slaughter and Muhammad Hanif Qureshi versus state of Bihar, whether it is emergency provisions and the Rameshwar Prasad versus Union of India. So सारे टॉपिक्स पे बहुत सारे लैंडमार्क केसेस अल्टीमेटली हुए हैं, राइट? एंड हाउ डू यू फिगर आउट दोज लैंडमार्क केसेस? वी विल डिस्कस in our sessions, right? We will discuss in our comprehensive courses for sure. तो ये तो discussions तो होते रहेंगे, definitely all topics will be discussed, all important topics, all important cases which are in relation to the topics, वो सब हम discuss करते रहेंगे, right? So what you need to do is just make sure that you are attentive when we are having our comprehensive course ke lectures. Don't miss the live sessions that we keep having, right? Any course जिसमें भी आपने enroll किया है, right? Don't miss the constitutional law cases, चाहे article 14 हो, तो reservation पे इंदिरा साहनी का केस है, अभी 127th amendment, very recently, very recently, the 127th amendment to the constitution has been introduced, right? So are we going to have something interesting happening in Uttar Pradesh about OBC or not? तो anyway हमें reservation के सारे important cases पता होने चाहिए, right? अब reservation के important cases क्या है? इंदिरा साहनी केस है, we have अशोक कुमार ठाकुर केस, right? Article 14 के relationship में ही we have Anwar Ali Sarkar versus state of West Bengal, we have Menaka Gandhi versus Union of India, which is doctrine of arbitrariness and तो इस टाइप के बहुत cases हैं, right? Lot of important cases, lot of very landmark cases, and in our comprehensive courses I will be taking you through all the important cases. हर केस में क्या क्या important guideline है, चाहे वो emergency के बारे में हो, चाहे cow slaughter के बारे में हो, चाहे यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड के बारे में हो या रिजर्वेशन के बारे में हो, we will be discussing all of those variety of important cases in our comprehensive courses. So do identify whatever are the new issues that are coming up. Like I just told you that the 127th amendment is a very recent development that has just happened. 127th constitutional amendment, right? The 127th constitutional amendment has just happened very recently. So if that amendment has happened recently, what are the implications of that amendment? Is there something in relation to that amendment that is going to happen in Uttar Pradesh? यूपी में तो अभी इलेक्शन भी है, तो काफी माहौल चल रहा है that some other castes, about 39 castes have been recommended by the UP backward class commission and so on, कि ये सबको आप OBC में include करिए. So can the states do it or not? तो अभी 127th amendment में वही हुआ ही है, right? Whether it is CAA, whether it is the farm bills that you are looking. Farmers bill again is related very deeply to the values and to the philosophies that are included as part of our constitutional law philosophy, right? Ultimately सब कुछ constitution से ही derive किया जाता है. कोई चीज सही है, नहीं है, fundamental rights के accordance में है या fundamental rights के against है. That is how we decide whether a law is valid or not ultimately, right? Because law वरना randomly हम invalid law को कभी बोल भी नहीं सकते, right? Court भी decide करेगा, तो court has to decide it on the basis of fundamental rights and so on. So what are the emerging areas? What are the new issues जो front pages पे आप देख रहे हैं? वो सारे discussions, again, not a single important current affairs topic is something that we will miss out on in our comprehensive course lectures. So do make the most of your preparation process as well by joining us in the comprehensive. क्योंकि YouTube पे खैर मुझे उतना टाइम तक, मैंने आज भी बहुत सारे cases का नाम लिया हूँ, right? Today also I have taken the name of so many important cases, but there's only so much that I can really discuss on YouTube, right? Obviously थोड़ा सा interactive हो पाता है, doubt sessions भी होते हैं इस तरह से. So it's just a lot more convenient for me, right, to discuss those things, those cases in a lot more detail, right? So that's what I would suggest as well. Okay, now सर मुझे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लॉ करना है एंड चिल्ड्रन वेलफेयर लॉ कॉलेज में जाना है, चिल्ड्रन वेलफेयर लॉ कॉलेज में जाना है मुझे 12th में सेलेक्ट. So there is Ankita. I don't think there's a specific college which is which deals with like children welfare law in particular. You can of course do your own specialization in constitutional law after you have joined a particular college and so on. So that's your honors program as well. National universities mein 4th and 5th year mein you have to do a specialization, right? So you can of course take up constitutional law. You can do your masters and do an entire thesis on child welfare, and so on. But the course itself ऐसा तो normally होता नहीं है, right? Okay, sir, how is Lucknow University for BA? I mean, Ashutosh, I live in Lucknow, so I definitely have a very decently close relationship with Lucknow University. And I think it's a good and decent college, though I don't think that it will figure in the top 20 or maybe even in the top 25 if you ask me about the ranking of Lucknow University, right? Ashutosh, are you also from Lucknow? I'm not sure. Out of curiosity, I'm asking, so because I definitely do live in Lucknow. Shrestha says, can you please increase the volume? Shrestha, I hope it was audible towards the end. Yeah, what is the fee for GTSE? I don't think there is a fee for GTSE, Pitambar. I don't think there is any fee for GTSE. Yeah, you just have to register yourself. Okay, Nasimul Sarji, HNLU Raipur is a very good college. It's my college, so I obviously love that college. Definitely a top 10 college without any doubt. Yeah. Definitely a top 10 college. So agar mil raha hai, to you should definitely go there. Is there a specific question? Are you going there? Yeah, no, Trasik, there is no fee for the GTSE examination. It is absolutely free of cost, right? It is open for everyone. You are all welcome to test yourself, have a little fun while you do the testing, check the answer key, which we will come out with the immediate नेक्स्ट डे, अगले ही दिन आंसर की भी आ जाएगा. आप लोग सारे मजे करिएगा और सबके लिए कुछ ना कुछ बेनिफिट डेफिनेटली अवेलेबल है, राइट? एवरी सिंगल पर्सन who's going to give that test, there are some scholarships etc which is available for everyone, right? And some of you who are preparing for 2023 also, please do remember to join us, right, while you make the most of it. And of course, I'm sure all of you have had the opportunity to meet the various faculty members. Just wanted to give you a quick preview of the faculty members who are going to be teaching you in your comprehensive courses, repeaters courses, bilingual batches, and everything. So that's what the team looks like. We have few people from national universities themselves, like myself, Abhimanyu, Nivedita, and so on. And of course, we have a lot of people who are specializing in their own areas with vast years of experience. So do make the most of it. And of course, do remember to join us in the comprehensive courses for the purpose of knowing the various important topics जो अपने आज discuss किया है. वो सारी चीजें ज़्यादा detail में कहाँ पर discuss हो पाएंगी. That's all going to happen on the app, right? Okay, guys, I hope all of you have a lovely afternoon ahead of you. All the very best for those of you who are not going to see me before Saturday. Although if you're going to be here, you will definitely meet me again, right? But just in case, right? Just in case. Thank you very much. Have a lovely afternoon and evening ahead of you. Bye-bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.